Welcome to the summit, Know Yourself Simply as This. And I can now introduce you to Terrence Stephens. Hi, Terrence.
Hi, Susan.
And welcome to the summit. And you're a non-duality teacher or guide. And you've done a lot of Kung Fu. You've been a student and a chief instructor for many years. And you've also been a musician, and now it's all about non-duality, right? That you happen to guide other people to their true nature or to see it for themselves. And that's also why I have you here in the summit, because you maybe you can help me know myself, or all the listeners. They're here to learn about their true nature and knowing oneself,
Sure.
which is apparently very simple, and it's just this. But I don't know if you can guide me there, or yeah, you can
Let's see.
take over.
So, ordinarily, when people are on a spiritual path, everyone's trying to become, everyone's trying to find something, everyone's trying to gather more knowledge. And people can stay on that path, for a very, very, very long time. This is the complete opposite to that. Instead of assuming that there's a me here that is now going to gather knowledge or discover something or become better, or the big one, become enlightened.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of accepting that as true, we unpack the me. So instead of just assuming there is one, and then let's just move from there and try and discover our true nature, which would be absurd if you think about it, Even to imply that there's a true nature, what does that say about current nature?
False nature.
We're trying to find a true nature. What is it that would be trying to find the true nature? The false one. Yeah. So instead of accepting that, what we do is we go looking for this seeming personal self, this seeming personal me that we absolutely are convinced is here. It's named Susan, or it's named Terry, or it's named Bob or Bill or whatever. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The assumption that there is a me here is the mistake. That's the mistake. And that needs to be unpacked. That needs to be seen for what it actually really is. Now, 99.999, whatever the percentage is, it's a huge percentage, of seeming people believe they have free will. We believe we are the thinker. I am the thinker. I am the doer. I'm deciding to do this, or I'm deciding to do that. I'm responsible for my thoughts. Now, I don't know about you, Susan, but if any time in my past life as such, I had any responsibility for what was going on in mind, it would have been a whole lot different, let me tell you. A whole lot different. If I really had free will over thought, I would have absolutely chosen to think nothing but blissful thoughts. Who wouldn't if we had choice over that? Yeah.
Yeah, so free will is also, it feels like I have a free will. It really does somehow. And I know there's like reactions to what I do, that is conditioned, but it feels like then I can say, oh, I don't have to do this reaction. I can just say, no, I don't have to do it. But maybe that's not free will either. Maybe that's also just what happens, that I say no to what I otherwise would do. Or yeah.
Is it not? Is it not?
Yeah.
Could you have said anything else? It just happens spontaneously.
Yeah.
Sometimes we get stuck with, I'm not responsible for the first thought, but I'm responsible for how I react to that thought.
Yeah, like you're responsible for the second thought. Maybe the thought comes, but then the second one, I can.
But the second one has been implanted as well. That's been learned. You think a 6-year-old knows that? I'm not responsible for the first thought, but I'm responsible for the second thought. That gets implanted. And then that arises as a thought. At some stage, it either gets implanted through 12-step fellowship or through self-help books. Yeah, I'm not responsible for the first thought, but I'm responsible. And then when that gets implanted, that arises also as a thought. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just another thought.
Could you not have that thought?
Probably not. No, it just popped up.
Yeah. It'd be like asking you, are you a female?
Yeah.
Could you not have the thought, yes, I am a female? Could you not have that?
No.
No. That too just arises, does it not?
Yeah.
So, and you mentioned a moment ago about what we do as a person is react. Constantly reacting. Constantly reacting. Yeah? Around people or around objects or things, or all we do is constantly react. Where's the free will in that?
There's no free will in that. It seems like, but it feels like I don't have to react, It feels like there's a little bit of free will. It just, if I take some experience, it feels like I have some free will of some kind.
Good. Yeah. But how would that notion arise?
It just arises as something almost like intuitively.
It arises as thought. And then it's believed.
Yeah.
The whole person, this whole seeming person that we take ourselves to be, is nothing but mind. Absolute mind. Thoughts. When I say mind, I'm talking about personal mind. Not that there is a mind, but let's just use that terminology for a moment. Yeah. If I had the capacity to somehow reach into this screen, this computer screen, and my hand and arm came out of your computer screen, and I touched you on the shoulder, and the moment that I did that, you experienced absolute personal amnesia. In other words, you don't know your name, don't know your backstory, don't know what country you were born in, don't know your parents, don't know nothing in terms of this seeming personal self. Just all gone. You looked in the mirror, you didn't recognize the face. Where's Susan gone now? Would Susan still be sitting there?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
would Susan still be sitting there? It's a yes or no answer, really. It really is.
Yeah, there's no story really, just as I'm right here.
Yes, but would Susan be there?
Yeah, this would be here. This body mind called Susan.
And that's Susan.
Yeah, this is what's called Susan. Yeah. I mean, it's
No,
just a name, but
yeah, but I asked you, would Susan still be there? But we've just completely eliminated your memory.
yeah, no, I wouldn't remember, I guess, Susan. Yeah.
So what's Susan?
It's just this. I mean, it's not, Susan is not there, but there is this here. Like right now, if I,
Okay, and do we call that Susan?
yeah, that's what my parents chose to call me, and I just kept it. Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't know that, or your memory's gone.
Yeah. So if all my memory is gone, then all there is just what is right now, right here. And I have no idea what,
Question is,
I guess, because it's the first
the
time I see
question,
all my memory.
yeah,
Mhm.
but the question is, would Susan still be sitting there? That's the question.
Yeah. But I mean, as long as there is a body mind here, there would be something taking in the world, but that's it. That there wouldn't be any person as such. There would just be a body mind projecting a world or whatever, you know. If I was sitting here,
A
then
body mind projecting the world.
yeah.
Do you, okay. Do you know that for a fact? Or is that an assumption?
Yeah, I mean, like right now, as I'm sitting right here, right now, even without memory, there will still be eyes to see a world out there. There'll be ears to hear. There'll be, I could feel, you know, touch, and so there would be something in a world. I wouldn't think Susan and a world. There would be some kind of duality going on, because I'm in a body, but it wouldn't be Susan as
What
such. It wouldn't be me, you know. It would just be a body. And
good. So what creates the duality?
what's the duality?
What creates the duality?
It's, I guess it's the body, right? It's the brain, the body, um, that that projects the object subject. Without this body and mind, there wouldn't be anything, any experience. There wouldn't be any duality, subject object. There would just be one, or
All right.
not two, or whatever. Right.
So there's duality and non-duality. Okay.
Yeah,
All right. Out here, is there duality?
that's duality right there.
Says what? Hold it. Says what?
That's just how it looks like. It appears as duality. Two hands and clap, and you're over there. I'm here.
Good. But what is it? What is it? Where is the notion of duality arising? Is it out here?
No, maybe that is based on memory.
Mind.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Duality is thought only. There is no duality out here. Outside of mind, there is no such thing as duality. Now let's look at mind. Yeah.
mhm.
Its very nature is to vibrate in the pairs of opposites. Polaric. Mind, thoughts, here, there, this, that, me, you. Mind does all of that. All of that. Duality is mind. Yeah. And then that dualistic process then seems to create a personal me and a personal you and a here and a there and a outside of mind. There's no such thing as duality. It's not a thing. Now, let's test that. Are you seeing right now?
I'm seeing. I see you. Or, yeah.
Good, good, good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there's an assumption that there's a seer and this seen, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. What says that? Mind. Mind says that. It does. Yeah. Now, what about the seeing? Does the seeing see objects?
No, the seeing is just the experience of what's happening.
So does the seeing discriminate?
No.
No. The seeing doesn't discriminate, does it?
Mm-mm.
Good. So does the seeing see objects?
No, I guess not. It's just a seeing is like a happening.
Does it see objects? Does it see separation?
No, it's together. It's like it connects it, kind of, right?
What? Hold it. But does the seeing see separation?
No.
Does the seeing experience separation?
No.
Now that's in your direct experience. Seeing. Go to the hearing. Yeah, mind will say there's a hearer and there's a sound that's heard. Now go to the direct experience of hearing.
Yeah.
Does the sound have a location with the hearing? Does it have a location?
No, it doesn't. It's just hearing. Yeah.
Right. That's your direct experience.
Yeah.
But what we do, rather than be with the direct experience, we always go to the mind.
Mm-hmm.
And then mind then creates a seeming world with objects in it and space and time and things. And now, the mind itself, let's just call it thoughts, okay? Because if you go looking for a mind, you literally won't find one. So, thoughts, yeah? Are thoughts conscious?
No, they're just a thought. Yeah.
Good. So, as a person, yeah, let's just look at you for a sec, Sue. As a person, you have a whole backstory, don't you?
Yeah.
Memories and childhood and this and that and so on and so forth. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All thoughts, correct?
Yeah.
Good. Now we understand that thoughts themselves are not conscious, correct?
Right.
Yeah. So, and for experiencing to happen, one needs to be conscious, true?
Yes.
Good. Now we've identified thoughts are not conscious. Now, if thoughts are not conscious, what's the backstory based on? No experience. Don't forget that. No experience. What's the backstory based on?
Well,
Now, I want to clarify something just before you. I'm not saying that there's never been experience in. There has, clearly. Yeah. But then what the mind does, it steps in and creates a story about the experience in. And then mind takes the story to be the experience. But the pure experiencing doesn't comment, just like the seeing doesn't comment, the hearing doesn't comment. Yeah? Now, mind can't experience this inging. Right? It's not conscious. So no matter what the mind says, none of it is based on an experience of the mind that's telling the story. None of it. None of it. Okay? Now, it's the mind's nature to operate that way. It's dualistic in nature. Right? And then it creates a seeming person. The seeming person that we take ourselves to be is nothing but that backstory. I proved it to you a moment ago when I said, if I could create amnesia in you and all the personal backstory's gone, where does Susan go? The assumed Susan that's a personal person and has free will and is doing this, and where does it go? Poof, gone.
Poof.
Literally, it's gone. Now, that straight away tells you what this seeming personal person is. Thoughts only, right? And then the thoughts say, yeah, but me's had this experience and me has had that experience. The me is nothing but thoughts. Nothing but that. Okay. Now,
Yeah. But what
to be aware of something, I'm sorry, I know I'm hogging to be aware of something. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're aware of that, right?
Uh-huh.
Is that you?
No.
Why not?
It's just not me. I'm just
Why
not.
not? What's the logic behind it?
Because I just don't. It's
It's
out of
simple.
my.
It's not
And it's.
honestly, Susan, it's not a trick question. Honest. It's not a trick question. Why is that not you?
Because it's not in my body, and it's not within my field, you could say. It's a different thing. It's separate from me. Yeah, it appears like that for sure. It doesn't have consciousness either.
Right. Well, you don't know that, but
I assume so.
yeah, yes. We assume so much and we're often so wrong. Yeah. The reason you know that this is not you is because you're there and this is here. So anything you can be aware of is not you specifically. You know that you're not, this pen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But there's a whole lot of other stuff that you're not, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, can we call that an object just for the hell of it?
Okay.
Yeah,
sure.
Okay. Let's look at mind. Are you aware of mind? Are you aware of thoughts?
Yes.
Is that you? Are the thoughts you?
No, because I'm
Where
aware.
are you? Good. Where are you in relation to thoughts?
I'm just here with the thoughts, you could say. I'm just
With them, or hold on, with them or aware of them?
Yeah, I'm aware of them.
You're aware of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, what the mind does, and this needs to be seen, yeah, it plays a little trick right there, and it says it's me that's aware of the thoughts. If you look really closely, you'll discover you're actually aware of the me and what it is. And the truth is, all that me is that we're taking so personally is a pattern of thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Another way of perhaps looking at it, this seeming me is mind. You know, that mind that we can't turn off, we can't stop. There's just thinking that goes on all the time. Yeah? And that thinking also creates the seeming Susan, does it not?
Mm-hmm.
There'll be times when the mind is doing whatever, yeah, and then a thought will arise, which we believe is me, yeah. God, I wish I could just quieten this mind down. Now, God, I wish I could just quieten this mind down was also another thought.
Yeah.
Good. So in your personal experience, seeming personal experience, who is the mind chatting to?
The mind is chatting to the mind.
It's chatting to itself.
Mm-hmm.
It's got nothing to do with you. Problem is we take it personally. We literally take it personally. It's got nothing to do with you. You could be sitting here right now, yeah, and the mind could be giving you, seemingly giving you a hard time. Seemingly giving you a hard time, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just pause, stop, look around the room. Literally, just pause, stop, look around the room and ask yourself, is there anything wrong? What's actually happening out here? Out here. You'll find nothing is happening out here.
Yeah.
Now, we miss this, which is profoundly beautiful. We miss this because we take this to be who I am.
Yeah.
This that you have no control over. So instead of trying to find what you are, instead of trying to discover your true nature, first come to see what you're not. Because if you don't do that, what you're not is going to go looking for what it is, and it will never find it. Because a thought can't experience this because it's not conscious. All thought has is a concept of this. It's a dead giveaway because, it will say, yeah, I'm here. What's the big deal? Straight away, that's a thought. What's the big deal? What's the big deal? Yeah. And then what mind does, it tries to add to the concept of this. Go to a different teacher or read a different book. I need more knowledge, need more understanding. There's something I haven't seen yet. It's like something you haven't seen yet. Hello. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the way is coming to see what you are not. Stop assuming the personal person is real. Don't assume that. Question it. All this does is assumes, believes, and is full of nothing but concepts. Nothing but. Nothing but. All this does at best, it attempts to describe everything. And the description can never be the actual. Can a thought experience heat? Can a thought experience cold? Can a thought ultimately experience consciousness? It just has a story about consciousness. And then the fake person, the assumed person that's made up by mind, then goes looking for this. And we
Yeah.
wonder why we can't find it, you know. And
Mhm.
teachers have been saying, there is no me there. There's not one there. That has to be seen. If there's an assumption there's a me here, one will be stuck on a spiritual path for a very, very long time.
Yeah. So you cut the root of, you say there is no me at all. And when you see that, then that's it. I mean, then you just live as that. It's that simple, right? It's and
Well, something absolutely occurs in the seeing and knowing of that, what you are not. See, would it be fair to say when you put your head on the pillow at night to go to sleep, yeah, that for dreaming to occur, right, that you become unconscious of being conscious? Is that fair?
yeah, and when you go to sleep at night, yeah, you become unconscious. Yeah.
Good. The exact same thing is happening when we believe we're awake. We are absolutely not conscious at all of consciousness. And as a result, the waking dream occurs, the personal me dream occurs, all happening in the mind. He said, she said, they did, images in the mind, and wait till I see them, I'll tell them. Oh God, I love that. Whatever, big story
Yeah.
goes on in the mind, just like a big story goes on in the dream. Now, if you don't come to see what you are not, it's akin to you go to sleep at night, dreaming starts, your dream character arises in the dream, yeah, and then it finds itself on a non-dual path, and it's going to this satsang and that's this teacher and that it's reading all these books, it sits online all night watching YouTube teachers, right? It's doing all of that because the dreamed character in the dream, when the body is asleep on the bed, right? The dream character is doing all of that because it wants to experience what it's like to wake up in the morning. What happens when you wake up in the morning?
Yeah, you wake up from that whole dream and you're like, oh, that was a whole mental projection.
What happens to the dream character?
It's gone, just like that.
That's what happens. When you can start to come to see what you are not, consciousness itself starts to stir. The more you come to see what you're not, the more conscious you become.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, these are all pointers. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, very good.
It's
Very
so
good
difficult talking
pointers.
about this subject. It's really difficult. It's difficult talking about this subject.
It is,
But
but you're very good at pointing to it because it's like, yeah, I see how the mind is so tricky and it'll keep saying I'm someone, and it's
it's
just,
its nature.
yeah,
It's its nature.
and it'll
That's
always be
that's
there.
what it does.
Yeah, but I just
Yeah.
don't have to believe it, right? I don't have to believe what it's telling. I mean, it'll always tell me something, I'm sure, but
Ultimately, what you have to come to see is the seeming person that's saying, I don't have to believe it, because that too is mind.
right. So it's like, help.
So, all there then there's just witnessing it all just occurring, witnessing it all just happening. The seeming me that's responding to other thoughts, or it's all just happening. Even this idea, I'm choosing to do that. You come to a fork in a road, right? You don't know which way to go. Will I go left? Will I go right? Yeah? Mind is saying, yeah, I go left, I go right. And you don't know. You don't know which way to go. You'll just stop, stand there and pause. Yeah? And then before you know it, what will happen is a thought will arise, I'll go left. And that thought that just arose, I'll go left, we take to be the personal choice. It just arose to go left. It's all just happening. Everything is just happening. Try and find, realistically, just try and find one thing, one thing that's not just happening.
Yeah, I can't find that.
Good. So you're in the box seat. Nobody knows your mind like you do. Nobody knows your internal world like you do. Nobody knows the me that mind is creating like you do. You're in the best seat in the house. Now, sit still, pause, and witness it. Just be careful not to assume it's the me that's doing the witnessing, because the me can't witness. It can't experience anything. Me is a pattern of thoughts. Yet there's experiencing happening. Nothing to do with the me, nothing to do with the mind. All that does is describe.
Mm-hmm.
Mind describes you, does it not?
Yeah.
It describes, yeah?
Yeah.
Please tell me you're more than a description.
Oh, I sure hope so.
You
I feel like I am.
You are, yeah?
Yeah.
You've just got to come to, so all that happens is mind, if you like, is veiling this.
Yeah.
This. It veils it.
Yeah.
And then thinks it's got a handle on this. And it never can have, because it's not conscious. Check it. You're conscious of the mind, right?
Yeah, I am.
Good. Flip it. See if mind is conscious of this that's conscious of it.
No, it seems very dead to me suddenly. Or the mind seems just like a storyteller, yeah. And
Isn't it? Isn't it?
yeah.
Isn't it? And then what believes it? The mind.
Mm.
There
Yeah.
there's no personal you. There's an absolute you.
Mm.
I shouldn't even say that. But you've got to come to see what you're not. You must come to see what you're not.
Yeah. To know
If you don't,
yourself, you have to see what you're not, actually.
you must.
Mm.
You must.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, what you're not is going to go looking for what it is. And what you're not is thoughts. Me is nothing but a pattern of thoughts, a descriptive pattern of thoughts. You remove them like amnesia, all gone.
Yeah.
Susan disappears.
Yeah.
No backstory, nothing.
Right. It's just this.
Even when you look in the mirror, you don't recognize the face.
Okay. Okay. And it's just ingness going on.
Isn't it? Isn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. But
yeah. But it sounds beautiful too, you know, and it sounds very alive too. Like that experience of really just being.
it is.
Yeah.
It is. This is where the living is happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It doesn't happen in the dream, in the mind.
Right.
There's no living going on in there.
Yeah.
Compare this out here. Colors, this shirt, like the contrast, like compare this to what goes on in there. Close your eyes and there's no comparison to this here.
Yeah.
This here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no one experiencing. There is just experiencing.
Yeah.
Constantly bursting into existence, if you like, or anyway, constantly bursting into existence now.
Yeah.
And then a moment ago, a second ago, a microsecond ago is erased. Nothing gone, nothing doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
So it's just constantly bursting into existence now. Now. The previous now.
Yeah.
It's only mind that will hang on. Mind will go, yeah, but there was a yesterday. And mind will say,
Yeah.
yeah, bring any part of yesterday back into the present moment now.
You can't
You
do it.
can't,
Yeah.
you can't do it because
No.
it doesn't exist anymore.
No.
It's gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the
That's
whole
reality, right? It is. Yeah.
and the whole personal self is based on a backstory, memory.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
What the mind is saying happened over your seeming lifespan. What the mind is saying happened didn't.
Mm.
Now, it's going to be tough for a lot of people to hear that. Now, understand, I'm not saying experiencing didn't happen. Experiencing is always happening. But what the mind then creates about that, none of it's true. It can't experience the experiencing. So what's it basing its story on? But that's just how the mind operates. That's what it does. There's no person there making a mistake. Do you understand? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just how the mind operates. It's just the sixth
Yeah.
sense. Seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, smelling, thinking. It's just the sixth sense. That's how it operates.
Yeah.
Creates a seeming person until it doesn't.
Yeah.
Until it doesn't. Then mind just becomes a beautiful, beautiful, profoundly useful instrument, just like seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, smelling, thinking. It just stops creating a personal self. Stops creating a personal self. And does that mean there'll be no thinking? No, there'll be thinking. But it won't be around my personal self, my whole backstory and me and all my traumas and all this that's happened and blah, blah. Stops. You find yourself right here. Right here. Where you've always been, by the way. Never not been here. Always here. Yeah, we've just been taking ourselves to be the dreamed character, like the one in the dream. Now I'm on this non-dual path and I'm going to find my true nature. What does it say about the one that's trying to find the true nature? It's not true.
Yeah. Yeah. It's yeah. Yeah.
That's kind of it in a nutshell. Given
Yeah, absolutely. And you know how we also have so many feelings and emotions, and that's all caught up in the thinking too, and making the story and all that, instead of just being the experiencing and just as that, and not have to add all kind of things to it.
Mind just makes up a story about the experiencing.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. It does. And then the mind believes, then the mind believes the story that it's made up about the experiencing. And then the story becomes the experience. And it's not the experience, it's a story.
Right. Yeah.
It's just not difficult to see. If you're really honestly prepared to look, you must look. You must look for yourself. You're in the box seat. You're in the best seat in the house to look for yourself. Look, see what's actually happening, what's actually occurring.
Yeah.
You can see it. You can.
Yeah.
Yeah. It can be known.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's it. In a nutshell, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry,
Well,
I didn't give you much of a chance to ask many questions. I'm sorry about that, but
no, this is so great because it's so obvious. You make it very obvious, and it's the mind is super tricky, and the mind believes the mind or whatever. It's just, and it's not even there. It's just a story, and it's not even who we really are. And so no, so you made it very clear. And
now the trick is don't believe a word I've said. The trick is don't believe a word I've said. Look for yourself and see if it's true or not.
yes, exactly.
That's the secret. Look for yourself. That's why I keep saying you're in the best seat in the house. The box seat, sometimes referred to.
Yeah.
The best view, best ever. Like, it's your personal little story that's going on. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the me is not witnessing the mind. It's not the me that's witnessing.
Yeah.
See that?
Yeah.
But that becomes more and more evident when you come to see clearly what you're not. You'll start to laugh. You can't not. You start to laugh at what goes on in there. Jesus, that again.
Yeah.
It does become funny.
Yeah.
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 I mean, you can go through insecurity. The mind will get insecure and fear will come up for the mind. And, but how will I operate if me disappears? How will I function? How will I make decisions? Blah, 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 blah. Mind will throw all that rubbish up.
Yeah.
Just watch it throwing it up. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's definitely beautiful tools right here that you presented, I must say. So thank you so much, Terrence.
It's a pleasure. I'm so sorry we went over, but
oh yeah, no, it's just I love all of it. So thank you. It's
pleasure.
Appreciate it. Yeah. And you have a website. Can you mention your website so people can find you?
What is it? www.terrencestephens.com.au. The AU is for Australia.
Yes. Yeah.
That's the website. We do 3 or 4 satsangs a week. I also do one-on-ones with people, but people can go through the website. All the information's on the website. I don't manage any of that stuff. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I stay away from that. I just do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's great that you just do that. That's wonderful. So keep doing it.
Thank you, Susan. Thank you.
Yeah.
It was a delight. It was a delight. Thanks.
Huh?
It was a delight. It was a delight. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, it absolutely was. I'm completely like, yeah, I don't know. I can't express it, but it was a delight for me for sure. Thank you.
My pleasure. Take care.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you.